Ferrari 599 GTO. The new Ferrari 599 GTO is an extreme V12 limited developed to a specific performance-oriented brief. The Ferrari 599 GTO is, in fact, the company's fastest ever road car. It is an exclusive limited edition special which, in true Ferrari tradition, is a completely new concept, albeit inspired by a production car. In fact, the Ferrari 599 GTO is based on the 599 XX, the advanced experimental track car, and can be considered almost a road-going version. The Ferrari 599 GTO is reserved for just 599 clients who seek the maximum expression of high-performance driving. The Ferrari 599 GTO benefits directly from the technological transfer from racing and set a record lap time at Fiorano in 1:24. The Fiorano lap time provides just one indication of the potential of this car. Just as significant are the technical specifications. 670 HP in a 1,495 kg car represents a weight-to-power ratio of just 2.23 kg/HP, and ensures a 0 to 100 km/h acceleration time of just 3.35 as well as a top speed of over 335 km/h. Fundamental to the GTO's performance is the innovative approach to chassis development which, for the first time on a production car, saw the integration between a handling setup tuned for a level of responsiveness that is close to the limit and highly sophisticated electronic controls. The result is the almost complete absence of understeer and a truly communicative chassis. As is Ferrari's policy, every new Ferrari features new solutions for a road car. Thus the Ferrari 599 GTO is equipped with the latest, second-generation carbon ceramic brakes which are lighter and offer better performance. New aerodynamic innovations, such as the wheel donuts which increase aerodynamic efficiency as well as improve brake cooling, and the Supersport tires developed by Michelin include a wider front tire for greater road holding. The driver-car interface is also new with the adoption of the Virtual Race Engineer (VRE), which provides the driver with instantaneous information on performance. Ferrari 599 GTO 2011 Ferrari 599 GTO. The Ferrari 599 GTO's more aggressive character is also apparent in a number of styling elements that recall the 599 XX and from the powerful sound of the V12. The GTO Gran Turismo Omologato moniker instantly calls to mind two Ferraris that have entered the collective imagination as symbols of performance. After the 1960-250 GTO, which swept the boards in GT racing categories in the 1960s and is now a highly prized collector's car, came the iconic 1984 GTO, which basically invented the entire modern supercar genre. The web special includes photos, videos and interviews on the new car, while an exclusive preview for a small number of Ferrari clients will be held on April 14 at the Military Academy in Medina. The public debut of the Ferrari 599 GTO will instead be at the Beijing International Motor Show at the end of April. Engine and gearbox. The Ferrari 599 GTO's engine is directly derived from the 599 XX unit, implementing, however, the necessary modifications for road-going homologation. It thus complies with 5 Euros and left to standards. The 5999cc 65-degree V12 engine punches out 670 CV at 80 to 50 rpm with maximum torque of 620 Nm at 6500 rpm, and there is a smooth, constant rush of power all the way to the red line with no loss of flexibility even at medium and low revs. This result was obtained by working on the fluid dynamics and components to reduce internal friction and by adopting, amongst other things, the 599XX's redesigned crankshaft. The car also has a racing-type intake system with a new manifold with diffuser-type intake geometry and short inlet tracks designed to improve power delivery at high revs and reduce losses. To maximize volumetric efficiency per cylinder, a connection between the two plenums at the front compensates for variations in the volume. This is how the engineers managed to achieve maximum performance at high engine speeds. The engine sound inside the car is carefully controlled to balance the intake sound with the exhaust, which features the 599XX derived 6-into-1 manifold. The Ferrari 599 GTO features the same, lowered 60 milliseconds shift times and the possibility to make multiple downshifts as on the 599XX. Vehicle dynamics. One of the most significant innovations on the Ferrari 599 GTO is the close correlation between the chassis setup, which is close to the handling limit, and the input from the electronic controls, which are developed to increase overall levels of performance. Since the very earliest states of the two cars' development, Maranello's engineers worked to ensure that these two areas of the car would be seamlessly integrated, thus pushing responsiveness to the limit. The result is, of course, superlative driving involvement as well as faster lap times. Apart from new springs and a stiffer rear anti-roll bar, the car also features a second-generation magneto-helical suspension control system SCM2. The suspension works in tandem with the VDC vehicle dynamic control and latest generation F1 traction control. This makes the car extremely responsive to driver inputs, thanks in part to the adoption of a very direct steering ratio, but also very stable under braking, sharper on turn-in, more precise in cornering and quicker out of corners. Weight reduction. The Ferrari 599 GTO inherits much of the development work, using the same principles as employed in F1, that went into making the 599XX such an extreme performance car. Reducing weight was a vital objective, and the result was the widespread use of composites and components manufactured with technologies more akin to racing specifications. The areas involved include the bodywork and greenhouse with thinner gauge aluminium and thinner glass, the brakes, transmission and exhaust system. The result is a dry weight of 1495 kilograms and a weight-to-power ratio of just 2.23 kilograms/HP, a very significant figure that underlines the GTO's performance potential. Aerodynamics. The Ferrari 599 GTO's aerodynamics have benefited significantly from Ferrari engineers' experience in F1 and with the 599XX, which allowed downforce to be greatly increased without impacting on track. Thanks to solutions transferred from the track car to the road-going version, the GTO generates downforce of 144 kilograms at 200 kilometers/h. The entire car was honed, including the front, the sides, the flat underbody and cooling flows. In the latter instance, the GTO can count on improved ducting to the brake discs and pads, and the adoption of wheel donuts, the disc positioned outside the brake disc that ensure that hot air exiting the wheel arch stays as close to the body of the car as possible. To reduce drag, work on the nose of the car was aimed at reducing the width of the wave generated by the front and thus reduce drag. The front spoiler incorporates a separate lower wing that increases downforce at the front of the car and increases the flow of cooling air to the oil radiator. On the flanks there's a new sill design with a more pronounced leading edge that improves the efficiency of the central section of the underbody. The underbody itself incorporates a new, lower front section with diffusers ahead of the front wheels to optimize downforce, and a new double curve rear diffuser. Wheel rims and tires. Here the difference in size between the front and rear tires has been changed. The GTO's front tires are now 285/30 on a 9.5 channel with 315/35 on an 11.5 channel at the rear. The Ferrari 599 GTO has 20 rims. Roll rigidity is greater at the rear to minimize understeer. These solutions guarantee improved lateral grip and quicker turn-in brakes. The new CCM2 braking system is lighter and even more consistent in high-performance situations. Its consistent coefficient of attrition meant that the ABS could be calibrated to a particularly high performance level, further reducing lap times, thanks to improved deceleration and shorter stopping distances. In fact, the Ferrari 599 GTO boasts an excellent 100 to 0 km/h braking distance of just 32.5 meters. As well as their role in improving aerodynamics, the Formula One-derived wheel donuts also improve braking efficiency by optimizing brake cooling. Car driver interface. The car driver interface was designed to maximize car and driver performance with a layout of the main commands that ensures absolute efficiency and minimum distraction. The Racing Monotone also puts the emphasis firmly on sporty, track-specific driving settings by offering the driver full choice with regard to the electronic control parameters. The ICE position on the Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano has been replaced by cord-off traction control off. The GTO is also fitted with bespoke, longer carbon fiber F1 paddle for easier use in high-speed driving. In addition, the GTO also features the Virtual Race Engineer, a system that monitors the status of the car and gives the driver immediate visibility of vehicle performance. Ferrari 599 GTO technical specifications: dimensions and wavelength: 4710 mm 185.4 in width, 1962 mm 77.2 in height, 1326 mm 52.2 in wheelbase, 2750 mm 108.3 in front track, 1701 mm 67.0 in rear track, 1618 mm 63.7 in dry weight, 1495 kg 30 to 96 lbs curb weight, 1605 kg, 35-38 lbs weight distribution, 47% front, 53% rear fuel tank capacity, 105 liter 27.7 US gal/23.1 UK/gal boot volume, 320 liter 11.3 cubic feet engine type, V12, 65 degrees bore and stroke, 92x 75.2 mm 3.62x 2.96 in unitary displacement, 499.9 cc 30.51 cubic in total. Displacement, 5999 cc 366.08 cubic in compression ratio, 11.2:1 maximum power, 500 kilowatts 670 CV at 80 to 50 rpm maximum torque, 620 Nm 457 lbs/feet at 6500 rpm gearbox F1 6-speed plus reverse suspension SCM2 magnetohalogical suspension control tires front 285/30 ZR20 rear 315/35 ZR20 carbon ceramic brakes front 398 x 38 mm 15.7 x 1.5 in rear, 360 x 32 mm 14.2 x 1.3 in electronic controls. CST with F1 track, traction and stability control TPTMs, tire pressure and temperature monitoring system. Performance maximum speed over 335 km/h over 208 miles per hour. 0 to 100 km/h 0 to 62 mph 3.35 seconds. Fuel consumption combined cycle ECE 17.5 liters/100 km. CO2 emissions combined cycle ECE 411 grams/kilometers.